Well, hello everyone. How are we today? I have got a big light here, and let me just see here. Perfect. Okay, I think I'm in the right spot at the right time here. Good, and everything looks pretty good. So, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I am pretty excited today because I have decided to add one more Christmas class into the mix. So I am going to show you 8 different cards. It is a Christmas stack sampler that I am going to be doing. That I've decided to add in. So I'm like I said, I'm excited to be able to offer this to you because I have had many requests. So I've decided this year I am going to do it. One more class. So as some of you may know, every year I do a Christmas stamp a stack, which people come here that live locally can come and they make 20 different cards. Okay, and then they're able to have, they have snacks and that sort of stuff here, but they, at the end of the day, they've made 20 different Christmas cards, and yeah, we have a lot of fun. So I have been asked by many people who are not local, is there any way that I would offer some sort of stack virtually? So what I've decided to do is I am going to be offering a stamp a stack sampler. So I'm going to show you the cards in a minute. I'm also going to create with you live today as well, but I'm going to show you the 8 different designs that people make when they are at my house during the Christmas stamp a stack. And I do have 2 more classes that I am running still, but I have prepped extra bits, and there is a lot of bits on these cards, but I have prepped extra cards of all the different designs, and I am offering a 8 card stack. So what will happen is I will either mail you out a kit, or I do have a PDF and video option as well if you are not within Canada, but in your kit will be the 8 different cards and all the die cutting done, all the textures done, and then all you have to add is a Christmas greeting. Of course, you have to have adhesives, and you have to have your own inks. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards, and I have put up registration. That's why I was 2 minutes late, as I wanted to get it up before I went live today so you guys could register for it if you would like to join in. And of course, I'm going to do a full PDF, and I'm going to do a video of the 8 designs as well for those of you that aren't within Canada, or maybe you are and you would like to be able to prep your own pieces. Okay, so that's my exciting news. I couldn't wait to tell you. How is everyone doing today? It looks like snowy Ontario. Okay, the snow has started across Canada. I've got, well, she's like a daughter to me that lives in Montreal, and she said that they have got their first snow there as well. So yeah, it is starting to happen across Canada. Here on the West Coast, we're lucky if we see a little bit of it this year. We'll see what happens. For right now, I think we're pretty safe for at least another month or so, for sure. Okay, hello, good afternoon. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to turn on down to my craft space, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to be doing a fun masking technique with these snowy delights today. But first, I will show you the 8 card designs that I will be making for this very last class. So this will be the last Christmas class of 2025. After this, that will be it. I have got a tag class that registration is open for right now, Christmas Tag Dozen, which again is you know, one of those favorites of the year, a nice wrap up of the year. So we will be doing that in December, okay, first week of December. And then I have got this stack that I'm adding in, okay. So if you are coming to the Christmas stack at my house, you will be making 20 cards, okay. Usually I have 5 designs, and we make 4 of each design. But this year, for one of the stations, I actually made 4 different cards. So that made 8 different designs. So this is your sampler if you want to partake and do this class virtually. There will not be a live for this one, but there will be a full instructional video, which is super easy to follow, and there will be a PDF for these, okay? So this is one of the cards. Okay, I gotta be able to open this up. Let me see. There we go. Okay, this one I've done this one live, I believe, at some point, but this is one of the designs. So there is a couple, like 4 different patterns for the front here. They're all beautiful, and they're all from this Elegant Pine snowflake set. And then you may end up with a pecan pie here, or you may end up with a cherry cobbler, okay? Because there is, when they do the stack, they do 2 of each when they're here at my house. So you'll end up with either one or the other, but the design is the same. I will cut out a tree for you, but of course I can't pre-stamp it. So you can either texture it, or if you happen to have the pine tree trimmings, then you would be able to, of course, stamp it, okay? Just like the greetings. So the greetings you have to add, and the stamps you have to add, okay? Let me see. These are all the same station. Here's another one here. So here is another design here. So again, I will texture. You'll have all the little pieces here, but you will have to have your own little scene and greeting to be able to finish that one off. So you can put any scene. You could heat emboss a snowman on here and some snowflakes, or just a big greeting, whatever you want to do with the pieces. But there is your design, okay? Let's see here. This is another one. I will have the texture will all be done for you. I will cut out the trees and this little piece here. As for this guy, he is part of the Festive Friends. So if you happen to have that set, you'll be able to stamp one of these guys. There's a snowman, there's an elf, and there's a Santa. But you'll be able to cut one out and add it. If you don't, look in your stash and find some sort of like Christmas elf or snowman, or even just another Christmas tree. You'll be able to find something to substitute for that cute little snowman, okay? Now this one, this is how you guys know that I love you, is because this one is a labor of love, this card. So you will get all of these pieces will be pre-cut for you. Yes, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pieces will be cut for you so that you can create this card. And then you'll have, of course, the snowflake paper and then this little bit of velvet. So you'll be able to, and I will include 3 little letters that you can use to put in the back there as well. Okay, so that's a super fun one. The greetings are from Jolly Delivery, actually. Yeah, but you can use, again, you'll have to add your own greetings, but you'll be able to create the scene and add whatever ones you would like. I know, right? Well, for those that are coming, they're actually making 4 of these. So, you know, it was a little bit of cutting. I have been cutting a lot of tractors in the last couple days. Okay, so those are the 4 that are kind of all the different stations that they come and do at the house. Okay, and then there's one that I usually have, again, one other card, But because I really love these tags and more Christmas papers, they were so beautiful this year that I decided to create 4 different cards instead of just one design. So you are going to get the pieces for all 4 of these ones as well. Your letters will be die cut, your textures will be done. And then same with these here. You'll have to add your greetings. These are from the Ornamental Christmas. I'm sure you could just, if you wanted, you could just have joy across there and that would be beautiful. But if you have this greeting, great. The only difference that may be is this one here. It may be a Christmas tree. It may be 3 ornaments. It might be this. There's 4 different designs in the paper. And you'll end up with one of them, right? So those might switch out. That little image there will switch out a little bit, but the rest will be good. You will end up with enough ribbon and twine to create all of your cards. And then I will also be including like 2 rows of rhinestones and 2 rows of these metallic ones as well. So you will have more than enough embellishments to finish off all of your cards too. Okay, so there you have it. If you would like one last Christmas hurrah and not have to do too much work except have some greetings and just relax, watch a video, use the PDF and create. And then if you'd like to make more, you have that PDF, okay, that you can use it to prep and cut some more. If you are not within Canada, I can't ship you out a kit, unfortunately, but you can still register for me to send you the full PDF and the video in which you can prep your cards and you can use the designs however you like. Okay, so that was my news. Yeah, you know, I was over the last week, I'm like, do I have time to cut a bunch of extra? And I've made some time. So there's been some rainy days. So there you have it. There will be some kits that will be ready to go in the mail probably within the next week. Okay, so if you register, your kit will go in the mail in the next week, probably by mid next week. All right, so let's get on to today's crafting. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of masking. I haven't done masking for a bit, and I have got a big beautiful snowflake in this Snowy Delights that I haven't had too much time to play with. So I thought this is going to be today's step up design. I'm going to make 2 cards. We're going to kind of keep it fairly simple for the first one, just some stamps, some ink. This Snowy Delights comes with a beautiful set of masks that you can color your snowflakes. So we're going to add a little bit of color as well. And then, yeah, we're just going to step it up slightly. Okay, so it's going to be an easy one today. Something that everybody can do for sure. And I think that it's going to look really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to cut just a couple strips of masking paper. Now, if you don't have masking paper, you could use, some people end up getting masking tape. That's an option. There is also, of course, always Post-it notes. You'd have to use quite a few, probably 4 of them, because you're going to be masking off kind of 2 areas here. So you could, if you are nice and straight and good with your Post-it notes, you could get away with just using Post-it notes for this too. Okay. All right. So I need my stamp. I'm wondering if I need my big block. I might have to grab the old big block. I don't have to pull that in very often, but I think this snowflake is going to definitely call for a big block. Let's see. I've got one. Okay. So how is everyone's weekend going? I hear snow. I have heard from many that snow is definitely starting to fall in some areas, which means that you get some extra time to be in your craft room, right? It's snowing. I think that's the rule. I'm just adding a little bit of cushion, a silicone mat under here. I have been doing a lot of die cutting, as you can imagine, the last little bit. And today I got up and I started pretty early to get the die cutting done. And Jim, as you may have seen in a little post that I did, he was like looking at me like, okay, can we put down the paper and the glue and the scissors and whatever you're doing there for a while, because there is a whole other world out there outside of these walls of your craft room. That's the look that I got. And yeah, I need to go out. So anyways, it was the best thing because I took a little break, which was needed. We had a lovely walk through some paths that are local here with all of the colors and the leaves. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do today in the live. And as I was walking around with Jim, this idea came to me. So sometimes it's good to just walk away if you have something that isn't turning out right in your craft room, if you've lost, like, the ideas just aren't coming to you. I tell you, a little bit of fresh air, a little bit of movement, and you'll be surprised, because this is what came to me. I'm like, what am I going to do to step it up today? So I'm going to start by masking across here. Now, with the masking paper, oh, there's a piece of lint underneath there. I just put it on, like on my pant leg here. I think there's lint under there. That's okay. It is fairly sticky. So what I recommend is, like, put it on your hand and rub it a couple times, or I just kind of stick it down on, my jeans or whatever I've got, and just take some of that super stickiness away so that when you go to peel it off, it doesn't rip your paper, okay? Because it is quite sticky. I am going to use, let's see here. I'm going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to go with the hues of blue, but unlike the 3 that I usually use, which are Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Pool Party, which kind of have those hints of green in them, I'm going with a slightly more kind of blue for this one. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Secret Sea because it's just a beautiful neutral, but it's on the blue tones. So I'm going to use that one. And like I said, it was an idea. We're going to go with it and we're going to see what happens here. I think it's going to be really quite beautiful. This is a big stamp, and I'm going to put it on an angle here, like that, like off the page a bit. Why not, right? Okay. So big stamps, spend a little extra love here, giving it a little bit of pressure. Hold to like 3 before you pull it up because there's a lot to transfer on it. Okay. Okay, let's see how I did here. Beauty. Okay, so there we have got our snowflake. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this one as well because we're doing step up design today, right? And if you haven't joined me for a step up design Sunday before, we like to start and kind of do a similar design. Again, I'm just getting some of the stick off. A similar design, and then just take it to the next step. So add some layers and just step it up a little bit in simple ways, but it just shows you how you can do that for your cards. Now, I could go sideways for this one. Let's do it. Why not? Why not, right? Let's get out the stamp and we'll do that again. Now, hopefully I took enough of the stick off with this one. We'll see. Actually, you know what? I might, for this one, I might add a couple more layers. So I think it's going to be okay, even if it's not. I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. Again, just to have a slightly different look. And then I've got some tiny snowflakes that I might put around this one. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, so before I take those masks off, I want to add a little bit of color. So I do have these. These are the masks that come with this set. And I mean, they're quite easy to work because for this one, it pretty much goes right over top of the design and matches perfectly with the stamp. Now, there is all of these grooves here. There's all these little grooves. And if you were just starting from scratch and you wanted to really line up the designs, you want to mark it, I have done videos in which you can use this as a marker. Now, for me, because I'm just going to go right over top of the actual stamp and it's easy to see if I'm in the right spot or not because you can see all the lines through it, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of ink here and we're going to do a pretty design. So let's use some balmy blue for this one. Okay. So the one thing that you need to do is you do need to, hold it down. If you feel like you can't hold it, then I would use some, just some washi tape, or again, a Post-it note or something to help hold it down and hold it in place. I'm just doing just some faint color here on either side. And this is going to look quite beautiful when we're all through with it here. Okay. So I'm not going too dark, because we do have a white surface that's going to be, it's going to be popping off of. So it's going to end up being darker than you think. Let's just lift this and you'll see. Like, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm going to do the same with this one. It's not too sticky there, so I think we're going to be okay with our masking tape. Okay, so again, I'm just going to line this up like that. Perfect. And again, I will do the same with this one. That way when we go to step this one up, it'll be easy because our base card will be all done. Okay. Now, a question for you. Has anyone had a play with any of the sets of masks that we have with our different stamps? And how do you find them to use? Like, I love my ultimate favorite is the Layers of Beauty. It is gorgeous. It's probably one of my all-time favorite sets of masks. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another color in here, I think. Let's see. I could go slightly smaller. Yep, I think I'll do that. I'll go slightly smaller. So again, you can see that you're in the right spot when you see mostly the outlines. Hold on, let me just do this one. Is it upside down? That's right. It's upside down. That's why it's doing a weird thing on me. When you see mostly just these inside images, you see the outlines of them. Okay, and everything else, all the other outlines tend to fade away except for those center ones. See that? I have purchased a couple of them. You need to get working with them. Sandra, try them out. You will fall in love with them for sure. Okay? Because they're quite easy to use. I love how they do put the numbers on them, which make them pretty much foolproof, and it's amazing like all the different color combinations that you can do, especially when you're using the floral ones. I mean, you could make those flowers, any type of flowers. Okay, so again, that's just another layer of blue. And let's see. Oh, hold on, I'm the right one. Okay, I've just got to move it slightly till all I see is those centers. That looks pretty good. Shift it slightly. There it is. Okay, so with each one, you can move it and you can figure out where it goes because of it highlights a certain area of the mask. And I think I'm just going to maybe do one other one just gently. Let's see, we've got a couple more masks, but I'm going to just do one more, I think. Let's see, do I want this detail? Yeah, I might do a little bit of this one. And let's see, this one is going to go, I think, right about, there's the 3. I got to make sure it's the right side up. And there is the center. Okay, like that. I'm going to shift it. There we go. Okay, so this one again, it's going to add just a little bit of detail, but see how these little tiny kind of oval shapes definitely help you line this up as you go. Did the layer of beauty mask. Love the technique and end result. It's so pretty, and it make like you feel like, whoa, you take the mask away, especially with that floral one, and it's like you're amazed. Like it is, yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, there we go. That's gonna just add, look at that pretty detail. Amazing. Let's bring it in here and do this one. And then we're going to actually take our masks off and we're going to see what this looks like. I'm thinking it's going to look quite pretty. And you know what? As I was reading some of things that people have been posting and comments from those of you more east, I thought I'm going to do snowflakes because this is what some of you are looking at right now. There we go. I did see, I'm trying to think, I think it was Lisa. I can't remember where she is located. She's definitely maybe middle of Canada, not so much all the way East Coast, but I know that she was relaxing in her living room. She posted a picture having like a cup of coffee, and it was the first snow of the season, right? Okay, so let's see. With the masking, you get a nice crisp line. Look at that. Beautiful. That's pretty, but it's on the masking paper. Okay, and then for this one, you want to tear it back nice and gentle. Don't go too fast, just in case it does catch a little bit. See, it's going to catch on that side, and that's right where I had like some sort of lint or something. Let's see, so I'm just going to go the opposite direction, and there we go. We're good. Yeah, see, there's that piece of lint in there. Okay, all right, so there are our beautiful masked pieces. I'm going to add a little bit of extra snow just a tiny bit. And I think the light balmy blue, just around it. And then we're going to do a beautiful greeting in the center. I have some layering up that I'm going to do for one of them. I decide which one I'm going to step up. Maybe I'll do this one stepped up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to just stamp just a little bit. Just add a few little snowflakes, and I'll do the same on this one. We'll go opposite corners here, just like that. And add a little bit down here. It's nice because you can add these little tiny snowflakes into the insert of your cards too. Okay. So for our basic design, I'm going to take this one and I am going to pull out a stamp. I wanted something kind of long and skinny. So, I mean, these ones in here, let's see if they would fit. With family and friends and long peaceful nights. That's quite pretty. A winter wish for snowy delights. Okay, those would fit. Another one that I really was kind of leaning towards, and I think I've got it here, was 'Tis the Season. I just love that, right? To help her. Aw, thanks, Glenda. So sweet. Yeah, thank you guys for all your support always. I mean, I love being here creating with you all the time. It's the best part of the day when I get to be creative and I get to share. I love it. That's why I was so excited. I'm like, do I have time? Oh, I like that. 'Tis the season. Look at how pretty that is. Just like that. I thought, do I have time to be able to pull off one last little kit for you? And like I said, I think we are good. So let me just see. I'm going to do maybe a little bit of white and maybe a little bit of sparkle on this one. I think we need to step this one up. So I'm going to cut it, and even though I've masked, I think I will still add a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to add sparkle around the outside. Or do I? No, I'm going to do it a different way. Okay, I'm changing my mind. And I may end up still stamping and adding something in the center. We'll see. But let's do this first. On the angle. Like that. Okay. I'm going to finish off this one just so you can see what it's going to look like finished. I'm going to bring in, this is the Secret Sea. Okay, and I'm going to bring that in because it coordinates beautifully with the paper. Now, it is two-tone cardstock, so I could go the lighter tone or I could go the darker tone. Okay, what do we think? Which side do we like the best? I will pull this one out and put that one on the lighter, that one on the darker. And it's subtle, but what do we think? What was the tape that you used to block off the middle? That was just masking paper that I had cut into strips. So just our regular masking paper. Do you have snow? I know some places up River got, no, we don't have any snow. None here. In fact, Lance is on the golf course right now. Let's see. Light or dark? Let me know. I am going to grab some white card bases. That's what we want, white card bases. Okay. And I'm just going to bring in white. Dark. Margaret says dark. Okay. There we go. The dark does bounce off. Christine says light. Okay. I'll do one in dark, one in light. Okay. That's what I will do. I'm going to go for this dark one here first, and I'm going to just glue these two together. So it is a very easy way to make a statement on a card, just masking out an area which you can put your greeting in. Again, I'm still sticking to just paper, ink, and stamps, so it makes it for a beautiful result without a whole lot of effort, right? Okay, I'm going to go light on the next one. And it's a neat way to use this big snowflake. If you have a big stamp, it works really well. If you have one of those big background stamps, it works really well too. Okay, so there is simple, really pretty. We do need to add a little bit of bling. So I do have these are the tinsel gems, and I've got these beautiful blue ones in here. So I'm going to just do a couple of those like that. And there we have got our very simple, pretty design with that beautiful snowflake. Okay. Now, for this one, we went on an angle, right? I am going to step it up a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to run it through. This is my favorite folder right now, the soft waves, because I love it for just winter cards. Even though, I mean, it's soft waves, to me, it's just movement in the background. So I think it's going to look really, really pretty on this card. I'm going to run this through. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to run it through. Got to find my plate. There it is. Okay. Oh, see, that just makes it a little bit more wintry. Look at that. So pretty. Okay. So there is a little bit of movement. So no movement and a little bit of movement. Isn't that pretty? So I could definitely pop up the greeting in the center if I wanted to, so that there was no texture on it. So let's see what that looks like. I think that I might like it better. So let's try it. You're still going to get the masked off effect, but I'm going to cut just a piece and we're going to try it out. And I may have to even trim it down a little bit more, but I'm going to maybe even add a little sparkle. We'll see, right? Aw, lots of my stuff in. Thank you, Glenda. That's so nice. Well, it's my therapy too. Just being able to create, right? There's something about, yeah, grabbing paper and stamps and adding texture and embellishments. I just love it. I was working with my daughter the other day. We have got 2 girls that will be getting married in the next 2 years, and one of them was just making some special little gifts, and she asked me to help her, and I'm like, okay. I was so excited. Just making pretty bows and tags and stuff for a project that she was doing. So that was exciting. Now this was, I don't want that piece. Let me just see. This is going to be wide enough. Just, okay. So I'm going to add a little sparkle because, well, because we can. We're going to add a tiny, tiny bit of sparkle on this one. And I'm going to pull it in. I don't want to add it too thick. Let's see. Just a little tiny bit. Look at that hint of sparkle on there, right? It needs a little sparkle, doesn't it? Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to glue this across. And again, I like the fact that we still have a edge of where the image stopped and a little gap where this is going. So you can still see that beautiful effect of the masking. Just like that. And then we're going to add this over top. So I will trim all this off in a second. In fact, I'll get my scissors and give it a little trim, a little flip and trim, just like that. 1 and 2. There, and then we're going to add that over top. So let's see, I think I'm going to use, this is when I like to pull out the edges here and just use the strip down the center, especially if you are gluing something onto glimmer paper. You are definitely going to need to add some sort of dimension or a good glue dot or tear tape, because, oh, I love that little hint. See that hint of sparkle on either side? I love that. But you're going to need to be able to adhere it. It doesn't do very well. It takes a while to set up, and it's just a really awkward kind of surface. That and the velvet, if you're using the velvet, same thing, for the adhesive to stick to. So it works better with the dimension or some sort of tear tape. So I'm going to put this onto here, okay, and then we're going to put it onto here like that. Okay, so therefore we have a little bit of sparkle there, we have a little bit of sparkle down the center. Okay, and we've added some texture. So all different ways in which you can step up this card just a little tiny bit at a time. Okay, so there is it framed in like our original one. And then I'm going to flip this and I'm going to add the dimension to it so that it sticks a little bit better to our glimmer. Now, if I had had some extra time, I may have cut out a shape out of here so that I could have that bit of glimmer that doesn't show to create something as well, but that's okay. Okay, so there is our sparkle, and then we are going to add it onto our white card base, which is going to make it pop that much more. Look at how pretty that is. What a difference, hey? Difference, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of texture. It really does step it up. Okay. There we go. And just want to see if my card is square. Not quite. There. Make sure this is centered. That's why I like the liquid glue. I can smush it a little bit, get it into position here. Because I think I need it over a little bit. Just like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there we have beautiful, simple, easy to do. You could use that piece of mask more than once too. For each time you use it, because it's still going to have a little bit of stick to it. So you could definitely use it again when you peel it off. You could put it onto another piece, but just a beautiful card using the mask. And then this one, we did a little mask. We ran some texture. Just love the soft waves. So pretty. And then we added a little bit of bling, right? Just to bling out that snowflake a little bit. We still have that line of the masked look, which I like. And then we are going to add a few little embellishments on here. So we can still do just a few little ones like this. Let's do one here. And one there, like that, onto the card just to add a little extra shine. And there's our 2 cards, okay? So I'm going to zoom them in. Simple and a little bit of bling, a little bit of glamour. We'll call this simple snowflake. We'll call this a glamoured snowflake because it's got that all the extra bling in there and the texture. Right? So easy to do. And just a little piece of masking tape. So simple technique, gives you a beautiful result. You can mask it off. This is with the snowflake, but you could use different leaf stamps, right? All your different beautiful, gorgeous leaf stamps. And you could stamp leaves in different colors in the top and at the bottom. And it doesn't matter if they overlap in the middle because you're going to peel that off and you'll just have beautiful leaves coming from the top and the bottom, right? You could do it with flowers. You could do it with a background stamp. You could do it with anything. You can really, if you wanted to, you could even stamp this little guy with a smaller little piece in the middle, and you would have him like he is standing behind a little sign that says something, right? So you could have his hat here and you could have his little body down here. And that would be really cute too. Okay, I wanted the theme of snowflakes because I know it's starting. It's starting for some of you, the white, beautiful snow. So there you have it. There's your snowflake card on, for some of you, your first day of snow. There we go. All right. And as you can see, it is, well, it's a little darker in here for sure. I have got so much prep going on behind me here. So I'm going to head back and get back at it so that I have some kits to mail out for you for our Christmas stack 8-card sampler. Like I said, super excited. If you didn't catch that at the beginning, I have decided to do one last kit class for those of you that are not local or weren't able to make my in-person stack. I've got 2 full classes coming up again. It's my favorite class of the year, and so I wanted to be able to share it with all of you too and have some kits to mail out. So although you don't make 20, you do get to make one of the 8 different cards, or if you want, you can do the PDF and the video option, which you would have to do if you're not within Canada. If you're within Canada, you can grab one of the kits. Okay. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stop on by the link I've put for you. You'll be able to find registration for that. You'll be able to find registration for my Christmas tag dozen, as well as in my PDF store. If you're still looking for instructions and stuff for some Christmas cards, I now have my Jolly Delivery PDF and video that is available in the PDF store, as well as the Ornamental Christmas. So those are a couple options for you, whether you are near and far, that you can check and print off some instructions and some, and I'll send you the video. It's so easy to follow. It's usually a couple hours long, and it is like we're literally sitting together making the cards. So it's definitely easy to follow if you're wanting some instruction, as well as some non-Christmas ones in there too. Okay. All right, everyone, enjoy. Tomorrow's Monday, the start of a new week. Tuesday, I will be going live for Tuesday night toss-up. Let's see what else I've got. Friday, I will be here for in the morning. I believe I have to double check my schedule. We've got some extra things happening this month for sure, as we kind of do some extra things getting ready for just starting to book all the stuff for all the wedding fun, right? All the good stuff. So I will set up my schedule, and yeah, I will see you next week. Okay. Hope you guys have a great day, and see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.